The day I graduated college in 2005, I decided to start a rental company. It took a few years until it became successful enough to be my full-time job, but now it's all I do. My hope is to help you by sharing my knowledge. Okay, so no office today. We have a big blizzard with winds that can get up to 65 miles an hour today. So we stayed home, the office guy stayed home. All phone calls get forwarded to my cell phone, but we've got no phone calls today from 9 to now it's almost 1 o'clock. So no phone calls anyways. And I am very glad it's not summer with 65 mile an hour winds. It's winter and I don't do tents in the winter. And I don't even check the weather in the winter because honestly I just don't care. In the summer I check all the time because of the tents. In the winter I got no tents out, so I don't even know if a huge storm's coming or not. But anyways, I wanted to go over kind of an office thing that we do. We have a sheet for when people call and need to get a quote or need some information. I basically developed this over the years because I used to run this entire business by myself from the road, and I just didn't have time to be on the phone for 20 minutes with people. So I developed a nice system that is also polite, not sounding like you're trying to rush them. So we use this for the office guy now too, because he's the only office guy and he might get 5 phone calls all in 10 minutes. So he's got to be able to handle these things fast, record all the information, and then email people back later. So when someone calls, it's the basics. What's your name, number, email, what's the delivery address, date of event, type of event. And then we ask them if they know what they need. If they know what they need, then we can just easy write it all down and say, we'll get you a quote. If they don't know what they need, we will ask them some questions to, determine the size tent. Because people are having 200 people, but they don't know what size tent they need. Plus, the different options they choose determine the different size tent. So we'll first ask, number of guests, round or rectangle tables? Because round versus rectangle changes the size tent that you're going to need. Style of chair so that we can quote the right one. Head table or sweetheart table? Head table takes up less room. Sweetheart table takes up less room. Head table takes up lots of room. With a big head table, you're going to need a bigger tent. And then, do you need a dance floor? And they say no or yes. If they say no, you still have to ask, even though you don't want a dance floor, are you still going to have space for dancing? Is it just going to be on the grass? And if they say yes, then you know that you're going to need a large enough tent to hold the people and the dancing. Will they need bar service under the tent? Yes or no? Linens for the tables, do they want them? And if so, what drop? Halfway, or all the way? Do they need any dinnerware, glassware, flatware? Do they want the restroom trailer? We have a restroom trailer. Lighting, is it going into the evening or are you going to need some sort of lighting? Do you want sides on the tent? And then last, we ask, is there anything else you might need? And then we say, okay, that's about it. I can work you up a quote and send you something that will best fit your event. I have a few more suggestions based on other events that I'll throw on there. Now this is just a quote to begin with. You can look it over, check our website and change it. Just shoot us an email and we'll change anything you need. And then this is where we upsell. After we get on the phone with them and we build the quote based on that, we figure out what size tent they need based on their answers. We throw about 6 to 10 cocktail tables on. Some for around the dance floor, some for outside the tent. We throw garbage cans on because no one ever thinks of that. We throw butt depots on for cigarettes, and then yard games. And then in the email, there's a link to the website. We tell them that there's pictures of everything, and then let me know if there's anything we can do, add or change. And so running through this whole thing takes about 5 minutes. Because if you're on a job site and you got 2 other dudes with you, they kind of start getting mad at you for taking phone calls all day. So if you can keep the phone calls small and not be rude to the customer and still give the customer later at the end of the day an email with the entire quote, you're not making your customers mad, and your guys kind of understand, like, okay, he's got to take phone calls, but he does do it quick. So that's what we developed. That was been 13 years in the making. We used to fumble on phone calls, but now it's kind of clear and concise. I have all of this down in the bottom of the comments, copy pasted, so you can read along or print it out yourself for your own needs. Thanks.